Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are going to be repotting this Monstera that we chopped together. So this is a rehab update slash repot with me. She's been doing some really incredible things and I feel like it is way past time to get her into a new living situation. So we're gonna do that today. I wanted to show you her situation first. Her roots are absolutely insane. And if you can't tell, she's been pushing out all kinds of new growth. Here is the other one, also pushing out leaf after leaf in this pot. I'm also gonna quickly show you the chunks that we chopped and put in pon already. They're doing really well too, so I will cut to some footage of that really quick so you can see an update on that. Here are the other three that we put into pon. They are pushing new growth and doing really well. Originally, I was going to put these in pon as well because I know Monsteras have done really well in pon for me. They seem to really love it. However, in my Lowe's and Home Depot plant shop with me, I came across this and quite a few of you had either commented below that video or sent me a message on Instagram saying that you've tried this, love this. So I thought it would be kind of fun to give this a try. This is the Miracle Grow Tropical Potting Mix. It says that it's specially formulated to include lava rock for added drainage that tropicals need. And I mean, it's got Monsteras on the front. So this is Miracle Grow's attempt at trying to cater to the tropical houseplant market. And I figured that we could give this a shot. I typically don't use soil. Even before pon, I was using a mix of coco coir, perlite, and Reptibart, but we're gonna give it a go because I am curious about this. Like I said, a lot of y'all had some really good things to say about it. So we're gonna throw this Monstera into the Miracle Grow Tropical Potting Mix. I originally was planning on putting all of the cuttings into one pot, but just in case these are too much, I might do these little scragglers over here all by themselves in a separate pot. We'll see. I do want this plant to be nice and bushy and full. I want it to be a very full Monstera as it grows, but I don't want to have the same issue that I had with my last Monstera where it got so big and so bushy that it was almost uncontrollable and I couldn't put it anywhere. So I don't want to set this up for failure. We're gonna see. I do have a bit of a dilemma right now where this is the holes on this, I feel like maybe the dirt will come out of the holes. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put a layer of leca at the bottom or if I just want to do the dirt and pray for the best. Let's do a small layer of leca. Oh my God, now the sun is coming out. Are you kidding me? Oh, crap, now it's really dark. We might just have to deal with the sun and hope it goes behind the clouds again soon. I'm kind of blinded now because I just looked dead at the sun and I can't see. Okay, we have some washed leca. Let's pull these out. I'm trying to be careful not to break any new rooter tutors or any new growth points. All right, we've got one. Look at this guy. Holy crap. Look at all those roots. These plants are so resilient. Look at this guy. More growth. Yo, these roots are insane. They are sexy. Let's look in the next jar. Now that I have them separated, we only have two over here that haven't started completely over with the node. It's got kind of more mature leaves. So this one, the older leaf still looks pretty good. So we're gonna stick that in, even though it's got new growth coming. I think we're gonna stick this in to the pile of more mature leaves here. Since this leaf is kind of torn up a little bit, we're gonna stick this in the pile of completely starting from scratch. This one, the leaf doesn't look too bad. We'll think on this one. This one absolutely is starting from scratch. Obviously, as you could tell, the chunk needs to be cut down or removed because it started rotting a little bit in there, but we do have some really good new growth. It has started from scratch though, but this new leaf looks like it might be a little big. So this is also one we got to think about. I don't want to stick it back in there though, so we'll see. Absolute same situation with this one. So I'm going to keep this one with the one we just set down because it's kind of the same scenario. This one, the leaf actually looks really bad. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got some spots and things on the back. Kind of looks like this leaf is going to die out. And so it's just going to end up being this. So we're going to stick this with the ones that are completely starting over. And then same scenario with this one because we lost the leaf on that one, but it does have some new growth. So this is another one where it's kind of a toss up. I think I'll stick this one in the middle with the other two that are kind of in between. They're not quite mature, but they're not quite starting over either. I think we're gonna put these bigger three and put them in one pot together. Okay, so we're gonna take off, make sure we're not cutting any roots. Boom. Awesome. Now this has roots coming out of every direction, so I don't want to cut this too much. And then we'll take this one and put it in here like this. Perfection. Okay, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and pop that one up. Okay, so let's look at the consistency of this dirt real quick. I don't know if you could tell, but it is a little bit chunky. Part of me is thinking I might add some perlite to it. But no, actually no, I'm not gonna add anything to it because we wanna see how it does all on its own. It's kind of fluffy and airy, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it as is, and we'll just see how it does. I feel like with Monsteras, the plain green at least, they're not as finicky and picky, so it's a good way to test. I think that they can survive through a lot of different mediums, so I think it'll be fine. I'm not gonna alter it. The only thing I am gonna add is some systemic, simply because I don't want fungus gnats. So I am gonna shake a little systemic in here. And this is just the high yield systemic insect granules. I will find this on the internet, link it down below so y'all can look at it. But it does a lot of things, so cool. Probably shouldn't be touching it with my hands, but I'm gonna just mix it a little bit. We're gonna stick this one over here, like this. We're gonna take this one and stick it over here. So this is what it'll look like. It'll be kind of like a cute little full bush of Monstera. So we're gonna adjust as we pour here because I don't have an extra set of hands. This actually has a decent amount of lava rock in it too. I kind of expected it to just have like one or two little pieces, you know, but it's actually quite chunky. Like I can reach in and grab a handful, you probably can't see that, but I can reach in and grab a handful of rock. Like I'm kind of low-key impressed at the amount of lava rock they've added in there. As I scoop and pour, you can kind of hear the rocks in there. Okay, Miracle Grow, let me find out. I'm just trying to make sure everything is snug in here without being compacted. It's just a little hard when you don't have an extra set of hands. Y'all like just watching me do all the work, so I gotta get creative. None of y'all want to come and help, huh? Y'all just like to stand there and watch. It's all good. I see you. I'll remember that. All right, we're doing good. We're gonna turn it around here. We're gonna shake a little bit of our systemic on top, and then we're just gonna kind of mix it into the top layer here. This stuff is so fluffy. Oh my gosh. It's fun to play in. I don't want to cover this new growth, so I am trying to kind of, maybe we'll put some leca around it just to kind of keep it from sitting in the dirt just for now. I just surrounded that little new growth with a little bit of leca just to protect it from getting super wet, but this stuff is kind of fluffy and fun. All right, let's get a clear steak real quick. We're gonna have one in the middle right here. I probably really shouldn't put that in my mouth, actually. It's gonna have to kind of be good enough for now. It's sitting a little wonky, but it's all right. But here we are. Look how adorable. Stop playing. She looks so good. Also, y'all did give some suggestions as far as names, so we need to do a poll so that we could pick a name for her, because we still have yet to do so. And I was thinking maybe each pot we could name something else, but then I feel like that would get confusing. So I think we're gonna pick one name. That way, even when we do updates on the other pots, we know that it all came from this girl right here, you know? So here's pot number one. She's looking so good. Judy, do you see your baby? She's looking good. Pot number two, I got this one for because I thought it was gonna be smaller, but looking at these babies pushing and showing off, I don't know. This leaf is not looking the greatest, so this is one we are going to chop up. We're gonna go ahead and do that now. And we have this guy left. This guy is doing incredible things. I think I am gonna chop a little bit of the stems just to give some room and just to make sure it doesn't rot in the dirt, but we have new leaves already on this guy. Here's another one, same song. Try not to chop this new root off. Sweet. Oh, that was a perfect cut. I am a beast. Okay. So we have another one here. And then this one, same story. We're going to just try to fit our shears in around this root. Nice. All right, so we got this guy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got like speckles on it. I think it just didn't really enjoy being chopped and screwed, but that's okay because it's got a new growth on it. And this big old stem would just take up space that it doesn't need to take. So we're gonna get savage with it. We're gonna chop it, and then we're gonna do the same for this guy. I think we're gonna put all of the little babies in this pot. I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna chop, 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 chop. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Just make sure that we're not chopping the new growth or any new roots. Last but not least, make sure that none of the new roots are coming out of this stem, and they're not, so we're good. And we're gonna chop right. Chop the leaf off first so I can see, because that one was a little harder to tell. Nice. Yes. And then we have this gorgeous girl here. We got a lot of little babies we got to put in this pot. Will they all fit in this pot? That's the question. Or should we put some in one pot and some in the other? So eventually when they get bigger, it's going to need to be staked up. And again, that was an issue that I had with my huge Monstera. All the branches were going different directions, and I couldn't control her, and it just got a little too much. I kind of think we might be doing too much if we put a fourth in. So we're gonna put the smaller ones together here. There will be 4 in that pot. These 3 bigger ones we're gonna stick in a pot together like this. We're gonna do a little leca layer, some dirt at the bottom. Gonna shake a little stemmy in there. Prop them back up where they were. This one I wish would like stay up a little better. I don't understand why it's not. Okay, we're gonna shake a little more stemmy on it. We ain't playing with no fungus gnats, y'all. Mama can't take it. Mama cannot take the fungus gnats. I'm gonna water these after the video, so don't worry. All right, look, here's pot number 2. They're so cute. All right, last but certainly not least, we have these other little babies. So I'm going to pour some of the leca out of this, just because that was like a super deep layer. Do the same thing where we just pour a little dirt. Boom. Okay, a little more than a little. Wow, that was aggressive. Let's take some out. Salt Bay action with the systemi. We're gonna do our best to kind of have these all go in the same direction, but again, because they don't really have growth yet, it's gonna be hard to tell. It's gonna be hard to tell which direction it's growing in. So I'm just gonna kind of have all the stems somewhat facing the same way. My thought is like as they get bigger, we need to be able to have space to put a stake right here. And that's why I'm kind of putting them more towards the outer edge instead of filling the pot, because I'm trying to think ahead. All right, a little shake of systemi. Here we have the last pot, pot number 3 of the babies. We have the other pot that is in pond right now. So technically this is pot number 4, but here we go. Look at them, they're so cute. All right, y'all, so here we are. This is the update on our very first rehab plant, the Monstera. She is doing so good. I'm so proud of her. I'm very, very excited to see how she does, especially in this new potting mix. If y'all have tried this soil before from Miracle Grow, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, I've heard a couple of y'all actually really love it, and I have yet to hear bad things about it so far. So I actually am pretty excited. So if you've used it, let us know how you felt about it in the comments below. Of course, like I always say, I love chatting with y'all. So before you go, drop a little comment. Let us know what you think of the soil mix if you've tried it. Let us know what you're propagating, what rehab plant you're working on, what new plant babies you've got, what exciting things are going on. And even if it's not plant related, just whatever you feel on your heart to share with us. As long as it's nice, we will chat with you down below. So feel free to chime in even if you're not a plant person. I cannot wait to do another update on these babies in another couple of months to see how they're taken off. So remember their faces now, because they will be unrecognizable in a month or 2. I promise it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. So yeah, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Y'all know I appreciate your time, always. So take good care of yourselves, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all. All right, y'all, excuse the mess, but I did want to show you this just in case you want to give this stuff a try. It doesn't really drain very well, so I'll show you. I'm like pouring some water on top. And mind you, this is a lot of water going in, so maybe if you sprinkle it, it won't be so bad. But do you see what I mean? Like it's kind of thickums. It's kind of thickums. I'm wondering how it will do as far as aeration to these roots. Because it does look a little thick, a little muddy, a little, oh no. It is draining. It's just a little bit slow draining, but we're not gonna knock it yet because this is cocoa coir. It's a little different than soil, so at least it's not gonna compact. This is some substrate you might wanna do like bottom watering with, just to be on the safe side, because I think it might not be a top water situation for us. For now, of course, I'm just gonna continue to top water until it's all the way drenched. But I think in the future, I'm gonna make sure that it has some kind of catch pot or like a tray or something underneath it, and I'm just gonna bottom water. Yeah, I just wanna do a quick update on that for you guys.